Hi, I'm Ben from Lavenham Photographic. I've been a wedding photographer for nearly 20 years now, since I joined the family business in the Suffolk village of Lavenham, and I now operate the business from the Essex-Suffolk border, and I photograph weddings all over the region. The wealth of knowledge I have in how weddings are run only helps the day to go smoother for everyone. I photograph weddings in all weathers, in all seasons, in venues anything from marquees in the family garden all the way through to palaces and country houses. As a photographer, it's really exciting to see what the day is going to bring. I start the day with no photos at all in my camera, of course, and finish the day with stuff that I've managed to put in there. Photos that are atmospheric, that have emotion, that capture the atmosphere of the day, the details of the day, tell the story really well, and of course photos of lovely people having a happy, happy day. There's nothing more satisfying to me than a beautiful photo. Sharp photographs, beautifully lit, that are very natural looking, nothing that feels forced or overly posed, but true, honest photos that show how wonderful this day was for people. The fact that I'm thinking of the day running smoothly, I think, is appreciated by everyone, the venue and the client. It would be great to have hours to take the bride and groom off for photographs, but we all know that actually the time between the ceremony and the meal time isn't that long. In that little space of time, I want to get photos of the bride and groom mingling and relaxing and not feeling like they're rushed for photographs. I also want to take photos of the family groups. I also want to take the bride and groom off for photos in the grounds, and I want to have plenty of time left for that. So I'm weighing things up and I'm checking in with the venue, and I know exactly how much time I have to make sure we don't run late with anything. If I can get on well with people and put them at ease in front of me, then I usually get much nicer results because of it. I feel at a wedding the photography style must change throughout the day as it needs to. I think we all like the thought of a photographer being completely candid and not having to bother anyone for photos, but in reality, if I spent my day like that, there'd be some very important photos missing. Plenty of photographs, of course, will be taken completely candid, but other times I must step in and just make a quick arrangement if I know the photo is going to be better because of it. I think everyone would agree they don't want to take up too much of their day getting the family group photo. But I do make sure I photograph as many group photos as required, usually taking aside the closest family, parents, brothers and sisters, as well as wedding party, to a separate location just nearby somewhere so I can photograph all the different fiddly arrangements of people without taking too much time. Once these small close groups are done, I usually then return to the main group of the wedding and ask possibly for a photo of the entire wedding in one group. There's no reason these group photos need take more than 15-20 minutes, and we can get on with the other important times of the day, the romantic photographs and the more mingling and casual photographs. Because I'm always striving to get the best photos I can, it means that camera equipment is very important to me. The cameras I use, of course, are capable of very high resolution images. The lenses are wonderfully sharp. I choose nothing but the best lenses I can. The cheap lens that might come with a camera, a kit lens, wouldn't be capable of the results that I'd be looking to capture. I also carry backups of all of my equipment. I have multiple lenses of high quality and multiple camera bodies. At a wedding, I'm dressed pretty much like any wedding guest. I'll be wearing a suit and tie. The only difference is I'll have lots of photography equipment on me. I'll usually be carrying 2 camera bodies by my side, as well as lenses, extra lenses I can put on, extra batteries, memory cards. These things will always be on me, so I'm never going off looking for a camera bag and missing photo opportunities. I also love to get creative with off-camera lighting, particularly in lower light when the evenings might be getting darker, when I can get a little bit more drama into a photo. I'll be seen taking photos out in all weathers too, in rain or even snow. Rain in the evening of a wedding can make for very dramatic photos. With clever lighting, you can bounce the flash off the umbrella, you can capture every raindrop as it falls, and make for very, very dramatic photos. I'm not too precious about getting wet. My camera is all weatherproofed, and I don't mind getting wet to make sure I get the best photos if the opportunity is there. All the photos will go through my editing process, colour checking each one to produce the perfect finished results. Even in my busiest periods, these wedding photos are normally ready for the client within 2 weeks. That's my aim, and often if people are back from their honeymoon, the wedding photos on a USB stick should be sitting on their doormat ready for them. I send the USB along with a reference printout, and people can choose for their album from that if they require. After the wedding, photos also go on my website, where all family and wedding guests can log on and they can view the photos. They can even order them there as digital files or as prints. The albums I produce are of the finest quality, huge lay-flat pages with photos right across the spread. The albums are produced in this country, which means they're very quick to produce. By the time I've liaised with the client and we've agreed on the design, they usually take only 2 weeks at the printers. Of course, I photograph weddings at just about every location imaginable, and sometimes it's up to the photographer to try and find creative opportunities for photos, but when you come to a venue such as Highlands, it really is a photographer's dream. Highlands House has the most impressive frontage, the white pillars and the huge space at the front, wide open spaces and greenery, intimate colourful gardens, as well as indoor spaces. Some of the indoor lounge spaces have the most intricate details, and there's a huge variety there too. Also the pavilion, so you can have weddings there that are huge or intimate, and the venue would suit them just as well. The house itself is very versatile. Hopefully that gives you a good impression of who I am and how I work at weddings and the sort of thing I can produce for people. If you have any more questions, do have a look at my website, lavenhamphotographic.co.uk, where you'll see all my packages and prices, as well as lots and lots of examples of my photography. Thank you.